I love RTS games, and I think they're one of the most underrated game genres out there. But over the years, the RTS genre has dropped off, with less and less games being released in their genre because of the rise and success of games like Call of Duty and Minecraft. And don't get me wrong, I like Minecraft, but it's undeniable that these games and others has led to the downfall of the genre. But I'm not here to talk about the death of the genre. I'm here to talk about the amazing games within the genre. First of all, let's talk about one of the first RTS games I ever played. Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. Now, Age of Empires, or AoE for short, is an RTS set in the Middle Ages. The goal of the game is to build up an empire, raise an army, and conquer your enemies. But there's also less violent ways to win, such as building a wonder and having it stand for 1,000 years in-game. And overall, Age of Empires 2 HD Edition is one of the best RTS games out there. Moving on from the 470s to the 2020s, we got Command & Conquer. Now, CNC is like AoE, but in modern times. Instead of swords and arrows, you can use tanks and assault rifles to destroy your foes. And if you're playing as the Brotherhood of Nod, you can launch a nuclear missile. But sadly, only the Brotherhood of Nod gets nukes, unlike the next game. But let's talk more about CNC. CNC focuses more on fighting than base building. That's fine, because you can build up a massive army of tanks, attack choppers, submarines, fighter jets, infantry, and more. And CNC has a pretty good campaign that, I don't know. I have not played the game enough to talk about the story, so I'm going to have an AI talk about it for me. The story begins with the arrival of a massive asteroid that crashes into the Tiberium River in Italy, causing a strange green crystal substance called Tiberium to spread across the planet. The Brotherhood of Nod, a secretive and mysterious organization, quickly emerges as the dominant force in the Tiberium market and uses the substance to fund its military and scientific endeavors. GDI, a UN-sponsored organization, is formed to combat the growth of Nod and its charismatic leader, Kane. As the two factions clash, players must lead their armies through a series of missions and battles, using a combination of tactics, strategy, and resource management to gain the upper hand. Over the course of the series, the story unfolds with twists and turns, as players must navigate political intrigue, betrayals, and the emergence of new threats such as the alien race known as the Skrin, or whatever. Ultimately, the fate of the world hangs in the balance, as the two factions fight for control, leading to a cinematic finale that concludes the story. Now, there's also another set of CNC games I like to talk about. The Red Alert series. Now, Red Alert takes place in a universe where Albert Einstein goes back in time in a time machine to kill Adolf Hitler and stop World War II. This leads to an even bigger threat: the Soviet Union. In Red Alert, the Soviets, led by Joseph Stalin, becomes the dominant world power and wages war on the West. And the United Kingdom, France, and the United States of America will have to fight the USSR and stop them. Also, you can play as the Soviets and fight the West and conquer the world. And there's also Red Alert 2, which a puppet leader leads the Soviet Union. And then in Red Alert 3, the Soviet Union is about to collapse, so they go back in time to kill Einstein. But this leads to no nukes. Oh, and Japan invades the Soviet Union in mech suits. But let's move on to Civilization 6. Look at my perfect nation. It's got massive cities, a great economy, and a couple world wonders. Nothing can go wrong. Oh god! What the frick? Assemble the army! Oh god, my nation is getting nuked! What the heck? Yes, cower in fear of nuclear Gandhi. Why are you doing this? Because my aggression level is glitched, and instead of having an aggression level of -6, it is at 243 out of 10. Okay, one of my personal favorites is Civilization 6, or Civ 6. And that's because the game does not take place in just one time setting. It takes place across all of human history, from the Stone Age to the Space Age. You get to choose a country to play as, and there's lots of countries to choose from. And once you choose a country, you play as that civ for the rest of the game. And it's kind of unrealistic how you can found the city of Washington, D.C. in the year 3000 BCE. But that's what I love about Civ 6. The fact that you can pretty much make your own history. Like, for example, in one game, I played as Scythia and ended up getting into a Cold War with the Roman Empire in the year 1867. Like, there's so much to do in each playthrough, because each civ is different from each other. Like, each civ has unique units, villains, and bonuses. But the game can get really unrealistic. Like, you can use a nuclear bomb against a spearman unit from the Middle Ages in the year 2045. But that's all part of the civilization charm. Just like getting nuked by Gandhi. And that's why I always make sure to befriend India in each playthrough. Anyways, that's why Civ 6 is one of my favorite RTS games. And here are some honorable mentions. Roblox Rise of Nations. And despite being a Roblox game, it's a really good RTS game. RTS. That's like Hearts of Iron 4, but in a more modern setting and free. Okay, I know that this is not really an RTS game, but I'm going to mention it anyway, because it's my video. Plague Inc. Evolved. Technically, it's not an RTS game, but it's close enough. In Plague Inc., you create a highly infectious disease and try to infect and eradicate all of the human race by evolving it and making it harder to cure. And the next mention goes to Age of Empires 3. Now, AoE 3 takes place in the modern setting, and it takes place in the most modern setting in the AoE series. The game takes place between 1492 and 1876, current era, during the European colonization of the Americas. And because it takes place then, you get to use way more modern technology, such as muskets, trains, and electricity. And the reason AoE 3 is here, because it's really far off from the rest of the AoE games. Most AoE games take place in the Middle Ages, and that's what the series is known for. And making a game that takes place hundreds of years after the other games, it just does not work. And I'm not against making a game that takes place in a more modern setting, but going from the medieval ages to the Industrial Revolution just does not work. Anyways, on to the last game I'm going to talk about today. Rise of Nations. No, not the Roblox version, the one developed by Big Huge Games. No, Rise of Nations, which I'm going to call RON, or RON for short, is a lot like Civ 6 in terms of its setting. Like Civ 6, it takes place across all of human history. You get to choose a nation like Britain or France, and you try to win by either capture, territorial supremacy, win victory, or score victory. It's pretty much like Age of Empires mixed with Civilization, and I'm getting tired because I've been wearing this for 3 hours straight. So I'm gonna let ChatGPT write the rest of the script. Players start the game in the ancient era, where they build cities, gather resources, and expand their territory. As they progress through the ages, they can research new technologies, develop the military, and engage in battles with other nations. In addition to military conquest, players can also achieve victory through economic and cultural means, such as building wonders of the world, accumulating wealth, and spreading their culture through diplomacy. The game offers multiple game modes, such as including a single-player campaign. Sorry about that. Okay, multiplayer and skirmishes. I can't talk. Skirmishes. Skirmish mode, whatever. With its combination of military, with its combination of strategy, history, and gameplay varied. I can't talk today. Oh my god, bro! I can't talk today. Oh my god! Dude, I literally forgot how to pronounce. I'm gonna have to Google how to pronounce.
Variety.
Bro, I just had to Google how to pronounce
Variety.
I just had to Google how to pronounce virate. I can't talk.
Variety.
Yeah. Rise of Nations is a classic game enjoyed by many real-time strategy fans. Anyways, this wraps up this video. If you enjoyed, hit the like and subscribe button, and feel free to comment. See you in the next one. Corn out.